What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another video. Now in today's video, we're going to be covering task 3 and task 5, so please take out your notebooks, have your writing utensils in the palm of your hands, and get ready to take some awesome notes. Now that's the reading passage we'll be covering today. It is an announcement. Let's get ready to take notes. The title is Parking Policy to Change, and let's look at the first sentence. In light of the fact that students, staff, and faculty members had difficulty finding parking spots last semester, the following changes being implemented for the fall semester. Thank you. The fall semester is our time period. Freshmen are not allowed to park on campus any longer. There it is. So the university is planning to prevent or prohibit who? Freshmen from doing what? Parking on campus, right? When? Beginning in the fall semester. There's the beginning sentence. All right, let's keep reading to find the advantage. No parking permits will be issued to any first-year students. That's the same thing. This move is also being made in an effort to cut down on the traffic problems that are plaguing campus. There it is. Cut down on the traffic problems on campus. I'm just going to omit the word plaguing because it's not really necessary. All right, we're done taking notes on the announcement since we have the beginning sentence and the advantage of the university's new plan. We're done. So let's move on to the conversation.
Listen to a conversation about the same topic and take notes. My brother's not going to be thrilled with this news.
Your brother?
He's starting school here in the fall. He was planning to bring his car, but I guess that won't happen any longer.
That's a good thing. The parking here is atrocious, and freshmen don't need cars anyway.
The traffic is bad, but did you know that only 85 freshmen applied for parking permits? That's just a drop in the bucket. Banning freshmen from having cars won't do much to alleviate the parking problems.
Well, every extra space counts. I've driven around for over half an hour looking for a parking spot before.
Yes, I understand. I have the same problems. But the school shouldn't be preventing freshmen from parking at school. It should, build some more parking lots. What about all that empty land on the edge of campus? That would make a great new parking lot.
Well, you're right about that. It's not like building one would be too difficult or expensive.
Exactly. That way they could let everyone park and still have enough room.
All right, now if by any chance you thought that the woman would be the main character, don't feel bad because this conversation, the beginning part at least, was very misleading. Now, do not ever ignore the hints though, okay? So even if you're completely persuaded that the woman is the main character, if it feels like the main character's focus changed, please follow the listening. Don't be stubborn, all right? Okay, so the man ended up being the main character and he did not like the announcement. For the first reason he said, only 85 freshmen. Don't get this wrong. It's not 85% of freshmen, okay? Because that's the majority. That's a huge number. It's only 85, okay? No percent. Only 85 freshmen applied for parking permits this semester, which is a drop in the bucket. A drop in the bucket means a really, really small number. So, banning freshmen from parking on campus will not alleviate the parking problems. All right, now for the second reason he said, the school should build more parking lots because there's a lot of empty land on the edge of campus. Consequently, it won't be too difficult or expensive for the school to let everyone park on campus and still have enough room. All right, now, since we know what I'm going to say for the conversation, and since we just took notes on the reading passage together, I think we're just about ready to hear my sample response. Let's listen to what I got to say. According to the announcement, the university is planning to prohibit all freshmen from parking on campus beginning in the fall semester. However, the man is not looking forward to this. First and foremost, the man mentioned that only 85 freshmen actually applied for parking permits this semester, which is a drop in the bucket. As a result, banning first-year students from parking on campus will not alleviate the parking problems. On top of this, the man also said that the university should build more parking lots due to the fact that there is a lot of empty land on the edge of campus. Consequently, it will not be too difficult or expensive for the school to let everyone park on campus and still have enough room. Even though the school believes that this decision will cut down on the traffic problems that are plaguing campus, the man opposes the university's new plan for these two reasons mentioned in the conversation. Thank you for your time and consideration. All right, now when I was done saying the second reason, I looked at the clock and discovered or found out that I had about 18 to 17 seconds left, which is more than enough time for me to say the ending sentence, our insurance sentence. In other words, this sentence right here that I just said at the end after my second reason isn't mandatory. It's not required. It's optional. You're only going to say it if you have 15 or more seconds left after your second reason, okay? All right, now let's move on to task 5. Okay, pause the video for a couple of seconds to copy the note-taking diagram that's on the board. It's only going to be the parts that are in red marker, okay? Don't copy the words that you see in black marker because you should be taking notes as if you were in the real test, all right? Here's the conversation.
Listen to a conversation and take notes.
Kevin, how's your semester going so far? Good?
I wish. I'm so busy I barely have any time for myself.
How's that?
Well, I'm taking a full load of 5 classes this semester in addition to serving as president of the photography club. Since our club meets frequently, I'm really busy. I tell you what, it's really hard doing everything.
Well, if that's the case, why don't you let someone else serve as president of the club? That should relieve you of the burden of leadership.
It would make my life easier, but I really love being president. There's just something exciting about being the leader and getting to make all of the decisions. I'm not sure that I could do that.
How are you planning to make your life easier then?
I suppose that I might drop one of my classes, but there's only one class that's an elective. All the others are required courses.
Okay, so drop it. Problem solved.
Not so fast. My only elective is an acting course, but it's being taught by a professional actress. She's even been in a few famous movies. If I quit that class, I'd be losing out on a great opportunity to improve my acting skills and learn from someone who's actually in the business.
Right, now for this situation, we're going to pick the second solution, all right? Now, that's because it's pretty clear that this acting class is his elective class. It's not his major. Acting is not his major, okay? So if push came to shove, if it were me sincerely, I would favor and choose to be the president of the photography club because that's going to look much better on my student transcript, I feel like, than partaking and then continuing to take an elective class and stop being the president of a club. That doesn't really make sense to me. So yeah, I'm going to pick the second solution. Now, in the end, we're going to say that being the president of the photography club is very crucial for Kevin, all right? Okay, so Kevin's problem is he is so busy and doesn't have any time for himself, or he's so busy that he doesn't have any time for himself. Both of them are fine. Now, it's not necessary for you guys to mention that Kevin is currently taking a full load of 5 classes and serving as the president of the photography club in the beginning part of your response, because if you look at the question, it tells you to briefly summarize the problem, not to extensively and thoroughly summarize the problem, all right? So that's where a lot of students end up wasting a lot of time. So please avoid saying a bunch of specific details when you're organizing the problem, all right? Okay, so the first solution is letting someone else serve as the president of his club or the photography club. And the second solution is dropping one of his classes. Now, the upside of our solution is that he has one elective class that he can drop. Problem solved, much like the woman said. But we're not going to say problem solved. Now, the downside of the first solution is that Kevin loves being the leader and making all of the decisions, so he really doesn't want to give up being the president. Now, the downside of our solution is that his only elective is being taught by a professional actress, so it's very appealing to him, and he doesn't want to miss out on the opportunity of learning from a professional actress, I guess. All right, so that's the downside, and we're just about ready to listen to my sample response, so let's listen to it. Kevin is in between a rock and a hard place because he is so busy that he doesn't have any free time for himself. Fortunately, he can choose from 2 possible solutions, which are letting someone else serve as the president of his club or dropping one of his classes. If I were in the man's shoes, I would personally prefer the second solution. To start with, this solution would be much better for his issue at hand because Kevin has one elective class that he can actually drop. On the other hand, since the man loves being the president and making all of the decisions, it would be impractical to choose the other possible solution. Although Kevin's only elective class is being taught by a professional actress, dropping one of his classes would still be better because being the president of the photography club is obviously very crucial for Kevin. Needless to say, from where I stand, the second solution is the much better choice for these reasons. Thank you for your time and consideration. All right, now, I don't know if you noticed, but I said thank you for your time and consideration for today's task 3 and task 5 sample responses. I should not have done that, all right? To be honest, I didn't even need to, because even if I didn't say thank you for your time and consideration, I would have still only had about 2 or 3 seconds left. However, I really don't think that it's gonna lead to a point deduction, but all I'm saying is don't feel forced to say thank you for your time and consideration for each and every question, because many of my students have actually become way too accustomed to adding that after every response. So don't do that, because if you do it 6 times out of 6 questions, it's overkill. Understood? Okay, that just about wraps up today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed the sample responses. If you did, please leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you still have not done so, and please leave all of your questions in the comment section below and share with your friends and family that someone like me is doing something like this on YouTube. The next video is going to be covering task 4 and task 6. So if those questions are challenging for you, please stay tuned and be sure to check out the next video. Peace out.